J. Cole wasn't leaving us with just an album announcement. He just released the first track off of the Fall Off album alongside a music video, which I have a quick breakdown for off of Two Watches. Bear with me, right? So the music video starts with a message from J. Cole. It states, for the past 10 years, this album has been handcrafted with one intention, a personal challenge to myself to create my best work. To do on my last what I was unable to do on my first. I had no way of knowing how much time, focus, and energy it would eventually take to achieve this. But despite countless challenges along the way, I knew in my heart I would one day get to the finish line. I owed it first and foremost to myself, and secondly, I owed it to hip hop. Now, this music video starts with Cole in a room writing. Now, this is similar. It has a similar look to the album cover. I'm pretty sure this section right here is his creative space and basically where he was creating his album. And he's telling us that he's been looking at his life in reverse. So from death all the way back into how everything began. So one of the things he first sees is his grandkids at his funeral throwing roses on his grave, but it's in reverse. You feel me? So from there, he goes back into where he was, and that was the aim to be the greatest rapper ever, right? So him alone in a room just writing nonstop consistently, which is who he is. We know J. Cole loves rapping. His goal is always to outperform his opponent, somebody he's on a track with, and be the best of all time. You feel me? So that's where he goes to in reverse. And then from that room, we go into the room where he's seeing his kid, right? Where he's seeing his son. And it kind of saddens him that he then sees his born child become unborn as time is moving in reverse. From there, you can guess he then goes into his relationship with his wife, right? And prior to her giving birth, prior to them getting married, that whole ordeal of like struggling with the thoughts of, is he making the right choice by getting married and all that? He goes back into those contemplations that he was having previously as his life continues to move in reverse. He even talks about them first meeting and that whole ordeal. And reminisces on the days of partying and his life prior to that, which then goes back into his life prior to being signed. When he was trying to get signed, he talks about meeting Hove, who he looked up to, and then wanting to be better than Hove or surpass Hove, and everything that took place within that 10-year span. And as time continues to rewind, he goes back into his childhood days, back to even when his father was still present in his life. And we see some clips of Cole when he was a kid. At the end of the music video, we see that the fall off is inevitable. As the credits roll, we hear another snippet of another song that I assume will be on the fall off as well. This is a quick breakdown. I only heard